Greetings, greetings, greetings. Um, the Lord works in mysterious ways. Um, I have a goat that took ram the 25th of November last year. However, I noticed that whenever she take ram, she tend to take sick. Not sure the reason why. It's the fourth time I'm bringing her to ram. Fourth time, and the first time that she in kid, she lose the kids them, and she did sick out, and she lose the kids. The second time she had kids, it was in a rainy season. We had rain like for 3 days straight, heavy rain, and the kids were a bit young. They couldn't handle the weather, which I guess it was my fault. I should have secured them, put them somewhere safe and dry, which I did not do that. So that was like a learning experience for me. Um, the third time she had kids, well, she had triplets, and I was a bit curious before she even had these three kids. I was a bit curious because she have four nipples, and so based on that, I was wondering if she would be a tree dropper. Even though her mother had several lots of kids, and she never have tree drop before. Always one or two. you know. So, like I said, I was curious if this other goat kid would have be a tree drop based on the fact that she have four nipples. So, like I said, she had triplets last year, and like someone said to me that one for the Father, one for the Son, and one for the Holy Spirit, the Trinity. Anyways, like I said, I took her to Ram last November, the 25th, and based on my calculation, she would have kids like sometime in April. I never really calculate the exact days, because go take like 155 days to have kids, you know. So I noticed for the past 3 or 4 weeks that she looks sick, and as the days go by, she seems to getting worse and worse. So I prayed for her, to be honest, yeah. And I didn't really see much changes. So what I did last week, I let her go, because she barely eat, and sometimes when I tire her out, she will be at the same spot for one day and not move on at all. And even after I let her go, took off the rope and leave us a short piece of chain on her, I realized that she spent like 2 days at the same spot. She not walk up and down or nothing. And then Tuesday now, of this past week, I couldn't find her. Was it the Tuesday or the Monday? I guess it was the Monday evening. I bring them in the Monday evening. Tuesday morning when I woke up to go move them, I didn't see the mother. I searched, but still did not find her. By the way, this is the goat. Say hello. Say hello. She still looks sick, but like I said, I couldn't find her Tuesday. I made a search Wednesday again, couldn't find her Wednesday, couldn't find her Thursday, and went to search Friday morning, couldn't find her, because I couldn't even spend much time searching, because I have to leave out early to go work. So I really didn't have much time to really search like that. So I said to myself Thursday evening that if I don't go work Saturday, which was yesterday, I would just take the day and make a proper search. And I was even praying and asking the Lord to guide her back to me. But at the same time, I was wondering if she died. Honest to God, I was wondering if she died. And to me, I never really feel like she really gone far, you know. So chances are even with the search, probably me walk past her several times and didn't even see her because she don't really make a lot of noise. The only time you will really hear her, unless she tangle up, she call ram or she not see her kids. Then you will hear her crying, or bawl, as they will say, and so forth. So anyways, yesterday morning now, when I was making preparation to, go and search, 'cause I was thinking about different places I was going to go and search for her. And lo and behold, when I woke up yesterday morning and opened the back door, believe it or not, the first thing I saw was the goat. Honest to God. And trust me, I was so joyful because, like I said before, I was wondering if she died, given the fact that I haven't seen her for like 4 days. And not only that, and because she's sick, you know. And I was even saying to myself that even if she lose the kids, I would have prefer she be alive and lose the kids, you know. And when I saw yesterday and I started to give God thanks and I went inside the house, I say I really did got that. And I had to come back outside and look again. And just to confirm. And when I look, I see the goat still laying down looking at me. I have to pinch myself, I have to pinch myself, believe it or not. I pinch myself just because I couldn't believe. You understand? And so sometimes we even pray and ask God to do certain things. We still don't even believe in the prayer when we pray because I ask God to guide her back to me. Believe it or not. I ask the Lord to guide her back home. And thing. So sometimes when we pray, we still even having doubts, and that is not something good. You understand? You can't ask God for something and having a plan B. No, that is not faith. You understand? So I'm really thankful that she come back home, so to speak. I'm really thankful. I don't know where she was or anything, but I knew she didn't went far. But I'm so happy that she really find her way back home. Nice goat. When I saw her yesterday, I just point on her and tell her that she not lose the kids them. Well, hopefully, I don't know, because she don't even. I don't even know if she even look in kid at the moment, to be honest with you. Because she kind of draw down for the past few weeks, because she barely eating and all these things, and that is the reason why I even let her go the other day. And so I'm just saying that the Lord works in mysterious ways, because even though I was praying and searching and all these things and couldn't find her, the Lord would just have it to be that, him work things out. That the goat would have, journey back home from when she was, not sure where she were. But, find her way back home. Nice goat, But like I said, I realized that most of the time when she got pregnant, she always sick out. I don't know the reason for that. And then now, one of the 3 kids, the ram goat now, dog bite up the ram goat roughly 2 months back. One early morning about the 6 o'clock hours, I went outside and hear some dogs barking up by my mother's house where the goat them were. And it's like the Holy Spirit said, must call my little nephew and ask him to go and check on the goat them for me, which I ignored the thoughts. I didn't call him. Disobedient that. And so, few minutes after that now, my brother called me. I tell me, say, dog bite up the ram goat. And trust me, I felt so bad. And I asked him to take a picture and send me. And when me observe the picture, I write up on the back leg almost to the goat seed, the dog bite up, almost to the seed. And so, I started to treat the wound, but it's like the more I treat it, the worse it keep on get. And so I went to work one morning and mentioned it to my co-worker. And it's like the Holy Spirit used her that morning, because just as when I was speaking to her, she just went on her computer at the office and started to type in something. I don't even know what she was typing. Then she ended up calling a farm store. I guess she was even searching for one of the farm store number. And she called the farm store and inquire. And she told them the situation with the goat and asked what they had can treat the wound. So they said they had three things. They had screwworm powder and a spray by the name of Ectoline, ECTOLINE, if I pronounce it properly, not sure. But you know, this is the spray. And trust me, when I say this spray worked like magic, it worked like magic. Trust me on that. You know, when I even bought the spray, I prayed over it and asked the Lord to work through this. And the first time I started to use it, just it's expensive, don't get me wrong, it's very expensive. Because when I even went to the farm store, I went to about 4 different locations to buy it. And the first place I went, they told me that the price they told me was a bit high. And so I went to a few more places, and the last place where I went, one of them never have it, by the way. So the last place I went, the virgin asked me, say, if me love the goat. I say, yeah. And he said, all right, don't watch the price. And it was like I paid about almost roughly almost $2,000 it cost me. Almost 2,000. And like I said, when I reached home and the evening and started to use it, by the way, I'm going to go where the goat is. So when I started to use the spray, I could just felt something, as in say, sign of hope, because the goat foot was basically rotten off. It was rotten in, and it smelled real bad. So at one point I was even planning to bring him to bush and leave him, because I thought he wasn't going to make it, because like I said, everything when I put on it is just getting worse and worse. And so the moment I started using the spray, I started to feel like it'll go work. And trust me, you see, within 3 days it started to heal, because that's this spray. It help. It doesn't only keep off the flies, but it also help with the healing process. They made it specially for those things, but they say that you cannot use on pigs. You can use on cows, goats, sheep, and so forth, but not on pigs. I don't know why, but they say not on pigs. So, see if I can show you the wound. Within a week and a half, it healed up almost completely. Within a week and a half or thereabout. Because the first 3 days, I started to see a result, believe it or not. So this was where the dog bite him. And as you can see, I guess you could say that it is completely healed. Thanks be to God. Yes, you could say it's completely healed. But this was the area that the dog bite up. And the whole of that area, you could see the bone and all these things. Right up underneath that area. The dog bite him. And we call him Star Boy. You have this little star in him fired. We call him Star Boy, And let me say this, by the way. You see me, I'm not afraid to highlight my animals, because I'm not going to do like some people where I hide them goat and them cow and them something. I don't do them thing there. Reason being, I don't believe in saying that I should have my things and I hide them from criminals. I mean, I say nobody can thief them, but if them are come, them have to come real good. Trust me. I remember, say the other kids over there. Say hello, hello. So these are 3 two of the three kids that the mother have. You know. Me know say the goat thief them the boat, you know. Me know them the boat. I remember one of the time when the thief goat hard in the area that me live. And me just send one in, you know. With one of the youth them woman. And tell her to tell the youth say they must try now to come up at my goat them there. You understand? Me just tell her straight up say, tell them say, don't come when me goat them there. And there's still a lot of goat in the area. Them never get caught. But to God be the glory. I am one of the few who them never trouble. You know? Yeah. See the other one here. So these are the three kids that the mother have. This one seems like she call Ram, but me not go. I don't put her out so young, you know. Because them just few months old. Yeah. And so like I said, I was just doing this video just to say, you know, how the Lord works in mysterious ways. And, you know, his timing is not our timing. And, you know, I'm just looking how the Lord just worked things out for me yesterday that I don't even, but I had to go to bush and spend that length of time searching here, there, and everywhere, you know. And so, you know, I'm really, really joyful that the goat find our way back home and all these things, you know. Yeah, man. Blessings, blessings. You know, my early morning activity, this, you know. Yeah. By the way, I'm going to journey to Kingston today. One of my former co-worker who also happened to be one of my boss, because he's a land surveyor, and he have his commission now, so he kind of branch off and doing things on his own. So I'm going to meet him in Mandeville and journey to St. Andrew to a place called Mount Ogle. Went there last week, but unfortunately the work didn't complete, so we are going to finish up today, you know. Yeah, man. Blessed.